Hello, everybody. I'm Leon, and welcome to Creative Coding Car Crash, which is something that I wanted to start for a couple of weeks, and I thought maybe it could be a fun idea to record this. The basic idea is that I'm gonna look on the internet and see maybe some stuff that I like, or that could be interesting. Create, and then I will pick a random framework, which can be obviously expanded. Maybe we can do other tools. But for now, that's what I picked, and it's got randomly selected, and then we'll try to create something similar. And the whole idea is a bit like to see something and then to figure out myself how the logic works of this um, work that I find, and maybe we all can learn something from it. Maybe some people who struggle with finding these things out, starting with creative coding, and it seems a bit too, yeah, um, just scares you to start. So I try to kind of like, that's why I called it also a car crash, so we don't know what's going to come out of it. And yeah, we're going to see. First, I obviously have to make a selection what we're going to do. Can have a look at sites like open processing is interesting. There's also the creative coding thing on Reddit, which we could randomly scroll to. It's already fun. Let's. I should do this. Yeah. What's that? That could be cool. Yeah, this looks like a projection on a tunnel. The texture, that's interesting. Yeah, we could. Let me see. Fun. So many fun things to do. That's why I think I'm just gonna go with random. Just go random down and okay. Let's just see. Okay. So what could this be? Well, we could look at the code. That would probably help us find out. But as we could see already, wow, it's interactive. That's fun. Well, that helps us a lot. We have a lot of boxes. And zoom out. Ooh, fun. So we can zoom out in. This is by Samuel Yan. That's the right name? I don't know. But yeah, we have like different boxes. I guess we have like one, two, three boxes deep, and then we have like, as we could see, they are grid positioned on a grid. So how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 6 and 3 deep. So what it looks like is that the what axis is that? Is that Z axis? Depending on Z. Yeah, the Z axis is random. And the rest is definitely X and Y. So what do we have? We have a lot of boxes. Beautiful boxes. Struggle is real here. So 6 times 6. Okay, it is. So we have basic XY grid. X and Y. And then in the z-axis we have kind of like one of these three positions, which get randomly picked. Interesting. I like that. And what else happens? So what else we have is like a texture which repeats itself and creates like a fun effect. And also like see they have like different timing for rotation. It seems like they're no. So there's different timing for the rotation of the different elements. Yeah, that looks fun. I first want to pick the tool and then we can see maybe into the code. Be fun. Let's see. So shuffle, 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 shuffle. And should I take P5 away because it's kind of like processing. Anyway, we're here to learn it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, what's gonna be? Oh, it's gonna be VVV. Fun. For everyone who doesn't know what VVV is like a node-based programming environment. Yeah, it's a visual live programming environment with a lot of options to do. It's not creative coding, it's interactive art, it's a projection mapping. Very versatile tool, which I worked in a lot recently, so I really enjoy working with it. So I'm happy. So let's start it. Let's see what we got. So yeah, so we can do it, for example, here and there. So yeah, in VVV to work in 3D, we need the rendering engine Stride. Machine secured mouse display. Oh yeah. Here you see my interactions. So let's start. Yeah, for 3D we need Stride, so we can just type in Stride and find VL Stride. Just for now the basic what we need. And now we can open the node browser again and type. Now we have all the parts of the Stride rendering, which also gives us like 3D primitives. So we can start with the box. And we see here's the box, and here we see next to my cursor like box Stride models, which is a good indicator. Let's get a bit closer. So maybe we first open a window, VVV. So with Stride would open a scene window. This here. So yeah, let's first see if everything connects well. So in VVV and in Stride in VVV, we need to show 3D. Need a root scene which connects. As you can see, VVV shows if something has an input that's valid, and put it in here, nice and straight. So, and for the root scene, we have to plug in now our object, but we can't even see something. That's one. But the problem is we don't have any light in our scene, so we can't start with the light, plug it in, and our box. So yeah, we're already one step closer. That was fun. Mm, okay, we have the lights. Now, as we said before, we have this. We can first start with this X and Y grid. Yeah. For that in VVV, we can use different things. We can do a lot of different things, but first of all, we need, I would go with the for each loop. Yeah. Mm, so we surround our box with the for each loop, and then we set the position for every box. Go around the box, go and surround and for each. This will disconnect the box, because we need to group the box different, because now we have like multiple groups. See, the easiest way now for the X and Y will be a grid spread, 2D. Let's put 3D, and then let's do 2D because of random positions with the z-axis. Yeah, so yeah, we have a grid spread for now. We take what was 6 times 6. Now we input the values of the grid spread. See here, this gives us beautiful 36 values. Check on scroll. Yeah, no. Okay, so it already organizes the positioning for us, but we have to adapt it a little bit. Yeah, this we put into the for each, and we put it on the inserted splicer bar, which is the top one. The lower one is accumulator, which is not important for now. And then we have the values now inside this loop. We have just single values, so just that one value for this one index of this bracket. Now we need to transform the box with these values. So we need transform SRT 3D. There we have the options to translation, rotation, scaling, and plug in another transformation. And what we want is the translation, but we have just two values, and this vector 2, and this one's a vector 3, so we need to split the input up with join, which is like the inverse split. Join, because we want to join the two values inside a 3 value. That's also even easier now with this X, Y, Z. Yeah, that could be better. So we can use this. This one takes in one vector 2, which we have, and then lets us add the Z value. First leave it 0, but it's a fast and easy conversion. And then we go into translation. We still don't see something because we have to regroup. Now it does like 36 times, assigns these grid spread values to, does the transformation, and now we need to group all these boxes again. So we go on the splicer and type in group. Now we have a group spectrum. This is for spreads, which is a type of like list in VVV. And now we have them all in here, and you see like 36 entity boxes, which are the 36 boxes of the grid. And this we now can plug in here and have interesting block. Let's see. Yeah, what do we have to do? I guess we first have to protect the width, and even more important is make them smaller. Classic grid problem. So yeah, that's really have to small situation, but we already have basic grid, which is really nice and fun. We don't see the side because the light comes probably from it's the direction of light that we can use this type of light. Guidebox light? Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, it's there. We can try to get kind of like the grayish background. It's a clear color. Yeah, that should do it. Nice. This is already a good step. So what else? So we have now the XY grid, but we want randomly distribute them on the third axis. So what we can do is get a random spread. Yeah, a random spread. Now we need we want for each element a different the height. Okay, interesting. There's multiple ways how we can do it. He does like, they're not 100%. As you can see here, then they are not. The random value is not exactly like one height of a box, so that makes it easier for me. It's nice. That's calculation, I guess. So yeah, what can we do? I mean, now we need the same amount of in the random spread, like all the elements in the grid spread. What we can do is like we take the output of spread and do a count. And spread. Now we have a count of 36. Beautiful. Now we have 36 random values. So now we plug this again into the splicer, and now we can easily plug it in the Z position, and there we go. Fun. That's easy. So maybe we make it a little bit less wide, because this is closer, so we can immediately take the width value and limit kind of yeah, if we're not satisfied with the distribution, we can take the seed value and play with that. Distribution, yeah, that's right. So that's already a good start. What else? Maybe should we put a pattern on it? Interesting. What should we do to change first? So we have like the rotation can be fun. Yeah, that's the question. How do I get now? Yeah, what I could do is maybe. Yeah, how do I get this timing? I mean, the timing I can get. Get the timing, we can, for example, get FO, which creates values from 0 to 1. What's more interesting is we can get one new cycle, so every time it starts, it bangs new cycle, and then we just change the period. So every 4 seconds, I guess, we need to pick random elements. We could do the random range. So we would create so maybe we take random spread. How many? 4, 5. I have 5 random values, but I actually don't want. Interesting. So what we could do, how do I map that? 36 elements. Now I need to map this onto this. So starts like 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and so on. And I need to pick between 0. Yeah, I could repeat. We do on. Let's try this. So get slice. Yeah, so we need a repeat region, and we want to repeat it 5 times. To repeat. One integer, and we want a random in a range join. So from 0 to 36. Problems obviously we don't. Let's get that first time. So 0 to 35, so we have 36. That we need 5 times, but we only to execute this. Let's cache it, I think. So we can also surround the cache region, which only gets executed. You see now it stops the random. It executes on the hit. And we have to put it out of the slicer and out of the cache region, and we have, there we go. But we have 5 times the same. That's not. We have the same. Yeah, there the car crash starts. So there's something else similar. Let's try something else. So we take another random spread. We want 5. So now the width is 0 to 35. So we get values. Now we need to store them. First we put them in the for each, and then we floor them. So we have each value of the spread gets floored. Now we could get the index that is in the for each. The index is like from 0 to 35. And the index is the currently processed box in here. So we could say if index equals floor, and if index equals floor, we could do that. So we need to. Is that possible? Yeah, that is nice. So we converted from a bool value, a true false, into a numeric value, 0 and 1. And then we can see that it's rotating it properly. So we would let's see. Rotation. We want to do a split. Split the vector. The 3 split. Again. See, join. The 3 join. And second rotation to it. Yeah. Yeah, because I know what's happening. It's not because that random spread is. So the for each is looking for the random spread with the least elements. I think. Yeah, so the problem is rotation 0 and 1 is the same. Kind of like fun. It's interesting. Maybe I can now start cheating and look at how he processed it. Yeah, okay. So we need to. say the 5 values. The width is doesn't matter first. We have to do it then to limit it map it. So film spread. Let's go to helpful help browser. Spread, change the order, find items in spread. Maybe we could that's not going to get spread. So I could pass this spread in with 35 values, so we have still everybody. And then skip some. Does this count? Let's write random numbers. Range. Yeah, we could do that, no? At range, then add the items to fill it up. Let's try that. Spread. So now we have 5. 26 plus 5, yeah. 36 items we want. We need probably like randomize. Generate spread of random numbers. Think that's bag, interesting patch for that. It's a really good tutorial series. So let's see. Repeat cons, count, value from spread, Q slices, change values in spread, add, insert slice, set slice, remove. Now the problem is the other. Yeah, Yeah, randomizer, no? Okay. So now we have at least our spread with random values. Can do this, either we also can, yeah, that's good. Because now the randomizer allows us to differently change the order, which is good because then we can have a fixed rotation. Okay, so we first look at the random. So we add spread in here, and then we do this rotation. And it's a damper, so it creates like a smooth transition. So if I change this, yeah. Also can do is then, because now we just have y, randomize this as well. Switch them. And we randomize. Yeah, that will randomize the axis. Okay, so now we need to see what is the perfect rotation. So I guess it is. Let's try that. So we have to first check now which value for it. So I guess we need yes. Yes, then it's 25. Yeah. So I guess it's 0. Okay, perfect. So now do is create our own spread with 5 and the right marks I can place them out. Nice 0, 25. So what we now do is we have yeah, okay, of course. We just take the yeah, we take the cycles output, so it returns how many cycles it ran as a number, and then we can see it. And now we just need something to switch. Let's get random. Time sample hold saves every time the value when the sample is got hit, and then we can now use in the why would I use a ruler if I can just use a ruler? So what we need is range. Drawing, yes. 0 to 0. Now we get now we get the switch value. Let's see this out. Yeah, it's not different. Yeah, perfect. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's not changing the X and Y function, yes. Yeah, now I guess the only thing that's missing is, I mean, I'll try to replicate this, whatever that is doing. But I really like also the changing the pattern. So we have to create a material for the boxes with something that is kind of like repeating a lot. So what do we have? We have here like, maybe we can like organize it a bit. So alt and selecting these, just create a creation of spread so now we just need the material, which would be, I'd like to change the spread. Damper here, which smoothes the change in the y direction. So if we change it, yeah, nice. I like that. I guess we use the same trigger. Let's space here. Let's just show current value. So now we use the same trigger like here to create new seats. Now we use again the cycles. We make another connection and connect this. That now, so we're changing. And we also put, and that's fun of it, because now we have the logic is already there. We just expand the switch. We add another option, and now we have these two, so we need now the last two. Now we just add higher range. Maybe we can make it a little bit more interesting. Let's see, this creates longer rotations, yeah. fast. Yeah, sorry, I didn't fall asleep. Thinking zoned out. Yeah, okay, so it's just the last thing is the pattern, and then we already released from the class. The car crash didn't happen till now, so we have material here, and because they all have the same material, we kind of like can drag it out and give them all the same material. Just this here, vector, and then using the color material and use color. Would be better because we need to create the pattern. So I want to go from stripe. I want to add another library, which is the gear library for 2D rendering. It also has a 3D version, but we just need a 2D. And then we create a 2D texture and change it to a texture material, and then apply it. So this is, so now we need a texture. So from texture we need texture, which is the output of our 2D, and add it here. And it's all dark because that layer is black. But what we can do now is, what is it? Yeah, so it looks like these are rounded rectangles now. Clear layers, if they already have a pre-defined one. Let's connect that. So what do we need? We need a size position. So it's 4 of them. And even more. Yeah. Maybe let's try something else first. So we add a group. Yeah. Then we add the pane. Then we can decide if we want to fill or stroke. Take the stroke. Yes. Now we need stroke width. Radius. We need yeah, nice. Now, because we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, so what we have is kind of like take this. Yeah. So what do we have? We have this, and another one. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something similar to that, and then a little circle here. 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many we have. Just two. So, what we can do is we surround this again for each loop. And we make grid spread 2D. Add it into splicer, and then we set the position of it. Splicer again, like this, and that's interesting. Sorry, something new. So I guess we have to change step a bit. Yeah. And now I guess maybe they're too small. Let's this size needs to be yeah. Nice. And then for each, we need another one. First of all, yeah, let's see what it's like. Then we can do is we make a spread of RGBA. And we add 8. So I guess what we do this in. This in. This might be not the best. Plug this into splicer again. Might not be. There's an easier way, I guess. Now we can get this position. Same. Yeah. So it's not as perfect as that. I'm kind of happy for now. Right now, the only thing is to make it a little bit more interesting. create 4 different let's try this. Random RGBA. So now we need from each drawing. Random situations. Yeah, now we have them, and now we can actually put them in here. Switch. That's not as pretty. Maybe very interesting. Naughty. Yeah, good question. We take the reverse of it, edit in Splicer, and then assign the color. Yeah, that's good. And then the only thing that we need is circle. And it's a sphere layer. And in the middle, it's really big. So we need to adapt this gear picture. That's going to be a nice surprise now because there we go. Get that. It's not as pretty, not as bright. It's a shame. Change. Yeah, I mean he doesn't glow to it. Yeah, it's shiny. Maybe it's a little bigger. Yeah, that's what we. Yeah, I think that will do it for today. The colors need changing, but we got kind of like the idea. Look into the code. Um, so what did they do? They created actually a palette. I should have done that. Yes, actually the Twitter and the Instagram. Yeah, we see like random. They're creating a canvas, a specific view. Then they create the graphics, I guess, for the material. And then we have random seed, we have object control background color, yeah. And a palette. Translate, rotate, yeah, then they rotate for a certain amount of cubes. Then we have a whole lot of cube code here, which manages the rotation, update rotation, depending on a random value. Different updates. Ew, interesting. So I guess this random, this run, okay. So it displays them and then switches. Yeah, it decides which update to run from them. Here's my graphics. Shadow color, yeah, the material gets drawn. Uneasing, even color. Oh yeah, he sets the color. Nice. Yeah, I think that's that. Me. Okay, thank you. It was a little bit interesting. It's beauty, not beautiful, but ooh, yeah, look. Let's see. Nice thing of a different pattern. Fun. Yeah, thanks a lot. Hope you had fun. You learned something. See you next time. Bye bye.